What's up, you guys? This is For the Femmes, and we have a really special couple joining us today, Hana and Aleksa.
Hey guys.
I don't know why I always clap as if there's like an audience.
It's very welcoming.
It's like the mom in Mean Girls.
I know.
Like, that's you.
I know. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm so glad you're here. I haven't seen you since
Since the rave.
the rave.
What?
This is how I met her.
Wait, that was
Wait,
the day.
what rave?
Do you know I threw up that day?
Oh, Circo Loco.
It was like on a boat and Mo invited me and like we were just at this table and you know like
Wait, was this like the New Year's Eve thing?
no. This was in the summer and it was like this boat that went around. Yes. And I remember like we were at a table and I'm always like, you never know the girls there if they're gonna be like nice or whatever. And then I met you and Leah and I was like, oh my God, the nicest, sweetest girls. They're just like partying, dancing. I was like, oh, so fun. And from then I was like, oh, I knew you were a cool girl. I was like, I love it.
That day was crazy. Like, I remember like everything was fine. And then I was like, how funny would it be if somebody threw up on this boat? I think I manifest.
my
I don't
God.
throw up. Like, it's not a common occurrence. It doesn't really happen. I had like one cigarette and all of a sudden I got like insane nausea and I like ran to the bathroom and like was like on the floor and then like a paramedic was coming in and knocking and I was like, just let me be.
You're like, I'm okay.
Just let me be right here for 10 minutes.
I mean,
All will be
also
good.
like drinking on a boat and dancing. I can't imagine that. being
Yeah,
a
like,
good
right
combo.
there.
I've never been on one of those and I don't want to go.
No. Wait, I'm also just reading. Sorry, I'm
You just
reading
noticed? You just noticed?
I know I,
love
want one,
it.
so I
I
want to
love
get
it.
one.
Yeah, I love
God.
it. She just got it for me. This is my first time wearing it.
Oh my God, it
Yeah.
was perfect for the show. We love it.
So good.
But anyways, I had no idea that you were gay until I saw your TikToks and I was like, oh my God, a fellow femme we just love. And that's how I found out. So thank you guys for coming on. So what are you guys doing? What's your job? Why are you in New York? How'd you guys get here?
Okay, so
go for it.
like I moved originally here for modeling and I've been modeling since I was 16 and I've just been doing that. And I just felt like I wasn't like getting anywhere with it for like the agency that I was with. So now I'm going to FIT and I do fashion business there. And at some point I like want to open my own brand.
Love.
I go to NYU, studying media and communications there and business of entertainment, and I'm starting to model as well.
Oh my God.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very cutesy.
And then how did you guys like meet?
Okay, so we met through Hinge,
Yeah, we actually met through Hinge.
which is so crazy because
Yeah.
like you never know what you're going to get from there. Like you never know. So like
Scary.
we
Yeah.
exchanged like 3 words to each other and because usually you kind of like go on there like talk to people and like you never talk to them again and at that point we'd already
It just didn't really bounce off anything
Yeah.
from there. Like you just meet on Hinge and you're like, whatever. And then I saw her in front of public and she like had posted her Halloween costume on there.
on Instagram.
Gotcha.
Yeah, on the gram. So I like saw it. I followed her off of Hinge and then I saw her on the street and I was like, oh, like she was wearing heels. She's like already 5'10". Like she was sticking out like a sore thumb. And I was like, oh, she looks hot. Like I told my friend like, oh, I'm going to DM her. So I DM'd her and I was like, where are you off to? And I thought she had seen me too.
No, I did not.
Sorry, I thought I was like
getting-
being cool and mysterious, but I wasn't. She had like no idea.
She's like, who is this
I like
stalker
got
right
this
now?
text and she's like, where are you off to? And I was like, I was like, what? And then I just played along and I was like, oh, I'm going to the box later. Do you want to go? And then you were like, oh.
Yeah, I was like busy.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah, like what was that for?
Like I'm being so mysterious in here, but like, oh, I actually can't go where
I was actually not interested.
And then we planned a date like 4 days after that, and it was Mario Kart and wine.
Oh.
Very niche. Never heard of that one.
And can you tell your thought process? Because
yeah. So I was like, I didn't know how hard to try or like what to do and like to plan something after to like her, close to me, like whatever. So I was like, fuck it, Mario Kart and wine. Got a bottle of wine and like set up Mario Kart and she came over.
it was actually
It's a very
Oh my
intimate
God.
first date.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's
I guess.
beautiful. Look at you guys now. So it worked
worked.
out.
It
It
worked
worked.
out.
But
at a restaurant. So
Yeah, I feel like at a
No.
restaurant.
Oh my God, I like need people
no, if
around.
someone was like,
really?
come over on a first date, I'd be like,
See, that explains why I was so nervous.
Do it. I
They
can't
feel
do
me.
that.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
was like
scary.
so
For
nervous.
like basically 30 minutes. And it was really cute.
I didn't speak at all, so I just like had to kiss her because it was like way too long.
Yeah. Let me just like break the ice.
Imagine hear words here and there, and then all of a sudden like she's kissing you.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like fire.
So are you guys each other's first girlfriends?
No, I had a girlfriend before this.
Okay.
My first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then when did you guys know, like when did you like come out? When did you know you liked girls? What's like the whole bit?
Well, so firstly, like growing up, like I only had dreams about women, and I just like never really thought about it. But I guess that's just really my subconscious being like, no room for men up there, like nothing. And I remember vividly in middle school having this epiphany. I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm gay. And I literally shot up from my bed. And then I was like, you know what? This is a problem for high school Hannah. And I literally remember laying back down and like completely forgetting for the next like 4 years. And then remembering again in high school. And I was like, okay, now's the time.
So throughout that time, were you dating men as well?
Yeah, so
Okay.
like I would be dating men because for me it was really hard for me to figure out that I was gay because not only did I live in a town where gay people just like did not exist,
Where did you
but
grow up?
Gainesville, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there was like nobody.
Like anything outside of New York, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Actually, I'd be like, wait, let me think
Sorry,
about where that is. Yeah.
no,
Not
but
great with the map.
it was so weird because there was no one gay. Like there was no one for me to like look up to or be like, oh, like this is who a gay person is. This what So that was that, and I remembered like dating guys. I would date them for like a month maximum, and I would get this insatiable like disgust and annoyance and ick, and I just like didn't really understand like what was happening.
You're like, this is not what it's supposed to feel like.
And I was like, maybe it's just the guy. So then it was the next one, and then the next one. My like last straw was when I was in high school dating this boy, and he was genuinely such a good boyfriend. Like he was so kind, he was so patient, and I still had that feeling, and that's what I knew. I was like, there something has to be off here.
That's really good self-awareness
Yeah.
for a young girl, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
took me a minute.
It
though,
took
'cause I
me
didn't
so
have
much
crushes.
longer.
I didn't have
Really?
girl crushes. I didn't have like boy crushes. I would kind of just pick a boy, like that everyone else would. The only reason I really like came to like the fact that I am gay is there was like an article like during quarantine. It was like compet, like lesbian. You know what that is?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
know.
this conditioning that basically like when you're conditioned to like live in like a straight world, that it's harder to come out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking eye roll.
Did I eye roll?
Yeah.
Sorry, I like to do eye roll. I think I eye
She
roll
goes-
myself because I was like, I
she
feel
goes,
like I should know. No, I think because like I always say like I feel like I'm like gay, but like I'm not into like all the gay.
You're not on the gay for you.
The
page.
straight
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, like I'm not in the gay.
Yeah.
You're also like bi, so I feel like you get a pass.
Yeah, you gotta.
And
them
so
hate
when
me
did
more.
you know that you liked girls?
I like growing up, I was a huge like little tomboy. Like I like loved like playing the sports and all that stuff, but like still had no idea. Like I would like Snapchat girls in high school that like I knew were gay, and I would change their name on Snapchat so like my friends wouldn't find out. And my best friend that I was spending so much time with, he's like a gay male. Like he wouldn't care. I would like change their names, stuff like that. And then I didn't really ever meet up with them or anything like that. And then I came to NYU and I like became friends with this girl, and we just became really close, like inseparable. Like she like slept at my like apartment every night, which at the time was like a small hotel room. I had rented out as a dorm. Yeah, I know. And like looking back on it, like it was like a small hotel room. It was like the size of a square. Like I don't know why she was doing that. And there was like this weird toxic energy and stuff like that. And then we ended up hooking up, and then I was like, oh, I'm gay.
And the toxic energy was the tension.
The toxic energy was like me not like being allowed to be friends with like other girls like as close and stuff like that.
Oh.
And like I still didn't notice somehow.
Okay.
And also like you did tennis school.
Yeah. And then I like growing up, I like was traveling, competing, and playing tennis professionally. So I didn't have like the time to have like that close relationship with like friends and like girlfriends. So I had like no reference point, and then I just got to school and like my entire life changed. I like, yeah.
And were your families okay with it?
Like my family was honestly like super chill with it. Like it almost didn't feel like a coming out. I kind of just was like, oh, I think I'm gonna date a girl, and they were like,
Okay.
Okay.
They're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then that was
I love
kinda
that.
It was,
We always say that's how it should be. Like, it shouldn't even be like needing to come out.
It's
Yeah.
like that now. I was talking to Heather and Kristen's niece on the phone the other day, and I was like, tell me, like, who are you dating? Like, what's going on? And she like tells me all this stuff, and then I was like, "Is there anyone like gay? Like, do you guys have like gay people yet?" And she's like, "Yeah, like, but like no one talks about it. Like everyone's just like fluid. Like
Wow,
it doesn't
that's
matter."
really
So nice.
And I'm like, "That's how it should be. You shouldn't
Yeah.
really like have to come out."
yeah, you'd be like known as like the gay girl.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no point in like
It was not big on
I
you.
was.
I forgot that.
Yeah, I'm like,
was kind of
I fucking was, bitch.
I experienced it.
You kind of just go about it and you're like, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what was your first experiences
Oh my
with a
God.
girl?
It was so okay. Are you
Was
ready?
it like
for
so awkward or like?
this? No, it's just
She's like, no.
funny.
She was like,
She's like, I came out gay.
like,
Like,
I
came
was
out
a
the
pro
womb gay.
since day one. Like, you're like, no.
No, it was actually so funny. So I was like talking to this guy at this point, and he literally like ended up like somehow ghosting me and was talking to this other girl, right?
Ugh.
And so that really pissed me off. So then I got with the girl that he
Fair.
was
I love it.
What's your sign?
a Gemini.
What's your sign?
Libra.
Okay.
We're actually like great
So
compatibility.
compatible.
You know
the
when like
first
you
thing
get
my
those
mom
explore
said.
page things and they're like Libra, Gemini. I'm like, yes.
It's okay. It didn't help me for me. My
Yeah. I was like, sick. Let me know. Let me know how that works out.
But it's working for you guys, so
Yeah.
it works for someone.
So then like I was like with this girl, and I remember the first night, like she didn't know that like it was my first time as well with a girl. And I remember doing like research till 3 a.m, like doing like how to make a girl finish. Like when I was like, literally like taking notes, like and like really preparing for this. And then like the next day came.
As if it's a test. She's taking notes.
Yeah, no, because it's like I've never like
Oh, it is.
experienced
It's so
it, you know,
scary,
and,
yeah.
like I don't know. So then we ended up hooking up, and it was a little scary. It was a little scary, as in like, I don't know. It was just a new experience.
Yeah.
you know.
It's a lot different than having sex with a guy for the first
Yeah.
time, for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared my first time. I just was like, if I can do it on myself, there's like you can do it on someone else. You know what I mean? Like there's like nothing to be scared of. I actually thought it was gonna be like even easier.
I wasn't like scared to do it. I just wanted to get it over with. Like it was like
Me
the
too.
anticipation. I was
Me
like, I just
too.
want to like do it so it's done and like I know I can do it.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was like, I want to be known that I'm good at everything. And like, this is something I don't know if I'm going to be like known to be good at the first time. So like, that scared me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. I really like your lip color. I don't know. Yeah, so-
Do you want to kiss?
Mwah.
Okay.
Okay. So I would say, well, you're a little bit of a switch because I've seen you dress up a little femme sometimes.
Yeah.
So how has it been being like a femme couple? Like, do you guys kind of get sexualized, especially because you guys are on TikTok right now, kind of showing your stuff? Like, how has it been?
Honestly, like I would say we're both pretty 50-50. Like I love wearing like masculine pants and then like a tight top and like vice versa. And like the same with her. And I remember like on Hinge, I could very clearly tell that she was kind of leaning in both. And I remember saying, "You're exactly my type," because that's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was her first line.
Yeah, that was my first
Oh,
line.
good.
And then but when we're like at the club, like
It's just really annoying. Like we've had like guys come up to us and get like this close to us and be like, "Whoa." Or like we'll literally be driving and like we'll lean over and kiss each other and like we'll get like honks and like people rolling down their windows, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just annoying, but like
it just is invalidating, to be honest, because it just feels like it's always performative. Everything that I do to her, like that is affectionate wise, is always performative, and it's like they think it's for them. They all think, and then it just really frustrates me and like makes me not want to like be on her in public, especially at a club, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Because I want to be, but I just feel so uncomfortable knowing that there was like 3 guys, like I know that they're searching up in their Pornhub every day, like girl X girl. And, like, literally leave us alone. Like you guys have your own thing. Like
It's just so funny because also I'm like, I would never look at like two men and be like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like, can I get in that? Like,
Yeah,
guys,
ever.
embarrassing.
like, I don't know what men think that they can do that. Like,
I know, it's crazy.
especially like
And they're all the.
threesome
It's always like the
comments.
ugly ones.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
first of all, if you're
They're
gonna be my
say
third,
it
you're
with
not
their
gonna be in
chest.
it. I'm like, babe,
please shut the fuck up.
please.
And they're always like, can we like third? And I'm like, first of all, for you to even ask that is so offensive. Like, I genuinely want you to.
And
take
they
a step
can't
back.
even help it too. Like there'll be guys that we're like hanging out with and stuff, and like they know we're in a relationship, and we'll like be at a pregame and kiss or something, and they'll be like pretending not to look, but they want to look so bad.
Yeah.
Like they can't even help it.
I even
They're
had
just
like
males.
girls DM me when I was with my ex and be like, "Can I like if you guys are open?" I'm like, "Do you want to get your shit rocked?"
I
like
I
dead
always
ass.
think
like,
about that. I'm like, genuinely, what as a, like a person who's single is looking at a relationship and is thinking,
It's
how can
so
I get
weird.
into
Yeah.
that? Like
It's
that's
so weird.
Weird.
No, I don't under.
Yeah. People are extremely wild with that.
So, what tips do you guys have to like maintain a healthy relationship?
Well, do you have any that you want to start?
She's healthier than me, so like
Oh.
she keeps it healthy. So I'll let her take it.
Well, okay, I feel like personally, I have done so much work on myself to like get to where I am today and to make sure that like the people that I'm with in the future are able to like have that as well. But I think you were talking about this in your podcast, the anxious versus avoidant attachment style and like secure. I think like from the beginning, figuring out who has what and then knowing how they're going to respond in an argument. And then on top of that, like another thing that is like kind of a niche thing, but I remember reading an article, like an actual article, not TikTok, an actual article like 2 years ago where it was like what stalking actually does to your brain. And basically it was saying that when you stalk somebody like an old friend or like an ex or something like that, it is genuinely the same chemical response in your brain as you taking a hit of nicotine or like a drug or something. Because like you kind of get that crippling.
Yeah, you get
feeling
that
in your
dopamine
stomach.
for like
Yeah,
a little
dopamine
bit, and
rush,
then like you
feel
keep
guilt.
going, and you keep
And then you
going.
try to stay away, and then you do it again. In my opinion, like when you're done with somebody and you've spoken your parts, you should keep your distance. And like I don't think that stalking is normal. And like especially the fact that we have social media nowadays. Like in the 80s, people didn't used to have like phones where they could be able to see every single thing. It's so unhealthy and it's so bad. So I think that's something. And then the third thing I would say is like understanding the love languages of your partner from the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. And like she's like very secure, so it makes it easier and stuff. Like she'll just be like, oh no, like this is that and like that's that. You know what I mean? And love languages, like knowing each other's love languages, like she's like an acts of service and quality time. She like won't leave my side.
That's like my biggest one.
Yeah, we do everything together. And she like charges my headphones.
Like, just, like little things like
You know when your
I
headphones
love
are
that.
dying and you're like about to leave the house and you're like, whoa, they're fully charged. Let's go.
That's
Oh
like
my
the
God.
best thing ever. Like when you walk out and they're dead, it's like
Mhm.
fuck it. Like I'm not even gonna leave.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
not
You're like,
even-
I need to like, I can't go anymore.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Like canceled.
it's like the little things that like really add up in a relationship.
Mhm.
And like that is in my opinion what like makes it the strongest. Not just like doing big things like once in a while. I would rather do little things like cumulatively over time than like a big thing.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's smart. Have you guys been able to work through your fights pretty easily, or did it take time to like kind of learn how to?
Like
Sure.
they felt really big because I feel like we're lesbians and we make everything feel big. But
True.
they like were like 26 hours.
Yeah,
Really
She like
specific.
counted. She counted.
Like, how did you know that?
She counted and she was like, that was 26 hours without talking. Like, how would you feel? I'm like,
Oh my god, I would be knocking on the door,
Exactly.
punching someone in the face.
No,
Literally.
I can't go
As
more
we
than
can
like
see
a
you.
few hours.
No, I'm
guys, I was
really
about to
psycho.
get my period. I'm just
It's
a
okay.
girl.
I know, but like 26 hours without
It's
talking,
crazy.
jail.
Exactly. Anyway.
It's fine. We'll let it go.
Yeah.
In like
You guys
the
made it
beginning of our relationship, like figuring out because everyone has different like fighting
How to fight.
habits,
Yeah.
you know, and like also it's like depends on like how you were raised and things like that. Like you kind of have to go and figure out what repetitive thing they always do, and then address that when you're not fighting.
Mhm.
And then that's how you kind of like go about it. Because in the beginning, like there were some things that I was just really confused about and I like didn't know what they meant. And like, I mean, usually things have an underlying meaning.
Yeah.
And like later on, I realized I was like, okay, this is a habit. There's a wound somewhere here. We need to fix this or else it's going to destroy you and me.
Yeah.
And then we kind of like went from there.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then we like don't yell at each other ever. Like that's not a thing. We like
We're
argue.
both really chill.
Yeah, we're like we don't.
She's like even
yell.
chiller than me.
So when you guys
I'm
get mad,
chill.
like the voices are
She's
not
like,
raised?
I've never experienced that before.
No.
the voices are never
Not
raised.
raised. No.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine.
Well, you
raising
guys also
my
have
voice.
very like soothing voices, but like I'm like, oh my god, yell a little bit.
No, because like when you
like, want
yell,
them to yell.
like for some reason it makes it so much harder to understand what the other person's saying because you're kind of just like thinking about the fact that they're attacking you.
Yeah. When they
can't
yell,
listen.
I'm like immediately like
Shut down.
doesn't matter whatever you
Yeah.
said. Like I can argue that by don't yell at me. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You guys are
I
pretty
didn't
healthy.
really yell that much with my ex.
Yeah.
I know that you,
Who are you?
did, but I can't really say that. But now I like want it. I'm like, I've been like,
I know, I, like, love
Now I'm like, can
advice.
someone yell at me? Like,
Like everything's just boring.
I saw this meme where it was like, if we get into a relationship now, we can be yelling at each other on a road trip. Right?
You're like, yes.
Like, honestly, yeah.
I just think a little argument can like, you know, really help
for
a rela-
you?
I know. Not for
That's
everyone.
not helping.
No, not for everyone. But I think a little argument can just like, you know, really get everyone going and like really just like
Wait.
spice things up.
Okay, on that note, I think arguments should be normalized. Saying this to the camera, they should be normalized. It's okay to argue.
Yeah.
If my friend said this the other day and I was like, wow, you're so right. She was like, if you are not having an argument with somebody and you're getting along with them 24/7, you're not dating another person, you're dating yourself.
I like that. That's true.
And at
Not
that
even that.
point-
It's just like that's not life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
there's
it's not
something the
realistic.
emotional connection is lacking.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not
real.
realistic. Like you're gonna
If
have
I dated myself, I'd be fighting a lot.
Exactly.
But that's definitely not the case.
but like I think it's so important.
And it's literally so stupid that it doesn't matter. Like, because at the end of the day, you're arguing about like unloading the dishwasher.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's never like a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of boiling up and then some words come out and you're like, okay, this turned into something it shouldn't have.
Mm.
So knowing people's love languages and learning how to fight.
Yeah, learning how to like have an argument that is healthy
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna happen and
Mhm.
might as well like don't raise your voice.
Yeah, the other
validate
day,
the other
like you have actually
person.
mentioned this so many times about like your younger self coming out when you're triggered and argued and stuff like that, and it's like such a true thing. Like I feel it like whenever I get like triggered, I'm just like my like younger self again, and like learning that, and then
Yeah.
being like okay, like just like knowing it, just being aware, and then you're all
Yeah.
good. So like
Yeah.
you taught me that.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Like once you notice it, how much other people when they get upset, how they turn into like a different age.
Mm.
Like even my mother, love her to death, but like every time I argue with her, I immediately it's like a 13-year-old girl that like needed love.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
And like I can totally have more empathy and also I don't get as offended when she says things that upset me because I can take a step back and I'm just like understanding that somebody like didn't show up for her at that time and she doesn't know how any better and I just need to
Yeah.
take a step
Yeah.
back.
I say that all the time about my parents. I'm like-
Yeah.
And then I feel bad and I'm like, I just see the younger them.
Yeah.
So upset and not getting the love that
Yeah,
they
exactly.
And I'm like, well, fuck me too. God damn. Like,
No, you
oh
can
my
still
God.
give
Like,
yourself
what the
that
fuck?
love, but
Yeah.
just distance yourself and like don't
Yeah.
take it as offensively, I think.
Yeah. No, I do think that's true. Cause like even like actually Faithlin has pointed out when me and Faithlin fight, because we fight like sister
Or
couple,
married,
little
yeah.
married couple. Sometimes she'll like say things that bring me back to I think my past relationship. So then I take it out on her as if
We
but
should
we've
also
talked about
add
that.
in that me and your ex have very similar qualities.
Oh yeah, they're literally, and I think that's an also issue. They're both Aries, very similar, and I think that's why like it's true. Like you can get taken back to like
The space.
yeah, like
Yeah.
PTSD
Exactly.
sometimes. I'm like,
Yes.
oh my god. So then I'm like, I didn't mean to like go that hard on you, but I'm like, I'm triggered.
I know. I'm like,
I'm triggered right now, you
Yeah, I
guys.
know.
No, love you. But no, that's such a fair.
We haven't fought in a while.
No, because
Should we?
yeah,
Yeah.
My inner self is a little masked.
yeah. But I see that for you. I see
Yeah.
like you are. I feel like more masked inside. But so you feel more comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say?
I date only femmes.
Okay.
So like
And what about you?
I did anyone that like I feel connected to and that I'm attracted to, I'm like, yeah.
Okay, love.
Yes.
Okay, but your style personally, you say can switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. We love a good switch.
I love that. Do you guys find it hard, like just being a femme couple, making friends, like girlfriends?
Yes.
Mhm.
We went to Futch actually.
Okay.
And we were like really excited to like make gay friends for some reason, like as a couple.
I have no gay friends,
Mhm.
and she does, but I
do.
don't.
And I feel very like safe in that space because there's some things that like just by being gay, like not to make it a personality trait and like not at all, but it's just there's some things that straight people they don't understand. They don't know. They don't even there's like humor that's missing as well, you know?
Yeah.
90% of my friends are gay, and like I feel like so like safe in that way. I love it.
Yeah.
You get each like half of my friends, our friends are like married lesbian couples or having kids.
100%.
Yeah.
It's good to like look up to that. I think,
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. But we went to Futch.
And it was just not very easy to like make friends. Like we were trying to make friends, and they were hitting on me. They were
So
hitting
sad.
on her.
I
It was just
know.
like it was like during Pride, like that event that they had in New York and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like it was like a lot of people there, like 500 people, and everyone was just like horny and
Yeah, everyone was horny and drunk, and it
it
was
was
oh my god, they were like clawing almost. It was really
it was scary. Honestly, it was scary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I always say I think it really is hard to find gay friends. I think especially when you're already in a couple, because then it's like always like, is there attraction? Is there jealousy? Like, oh, are you attracted to my girlfriend? Like, exactly. And like, I don't really. I mean, I was a little, I think, just insecure. But like, I didn't want my ex to be friends with her type of fucking femme lesbian. I'm like, why would I do that? I'm like that.
It's just a fine line,
Yeah.
you know. I think it's really tricky because it's like love is freedom. You want people to like be free to do what they want, but then at the same time, it's like I think it's just a trust thing that like truly your partner should be able to be friends with anyone.
Exactly.
So
That's true. There's other things.
That's
there.
that, but like I get it.
Yeah. It was just a little rough because like also in what setting do you make gay friends? Like because like going out it's hard to like really see people and like it's like we're so lucky because it was the daytime and we kind of got to talk to each other like while we were also partying and also drinking, so that was so much easier to like have a conversation and not be in the dark.
So
And, like in what other scenario really like
And even so, if there is like if you meet someone at the club, then someone you know hooks up with them, and then that blows up, and then you can't be friends with them anymore either.
100%.
So it's like
that's so Les. You're like, well, you can't be friends with them anymore because like how many times have I done that to you? Like, you have to unfollow them. I'm done.
Yeah, no, I think fine. I also think it's so hard in New York. Like, I always say, like, the lesbian places here, like, to me are just not. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like those people, I'm like, it's so hard to find friends there. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I go there, I'm like, oh, these are gonna be my friends.
yeah,
you know?
I know what you mean.
I think, we don't have many like cool lesbian spots. The only place that I think is like sometimes cool and fun is Henrietta's.
I've never been. Where is that?
It's in the West Village. It's on like Hudson.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was in Brooklyn.
No. It's in.
There's another one.
What's the one?
Yeah, there's like a bunch
The
of Brooklyn
Woods.
that are like
Oh,
probably
well, the Woods,
scary, right?
The Woods is like, again, it's just the thing now is that these places attract like very, very young crowds. And I don't know. I just don't care for that personally, but it's fun once in a while, I guess. But it's hard to make friends. But I mean, like, after this too, I'm like, I have so many lesbian friends, like connect you guys.
Yeah.
with.
It's not like actually like a big thing we stress about.
Okay.
Like, you
Like
know.
fuck, like
We're just
No, but you guys are
talking
also
about it.
doing something very important by like bringing a platform to like
Mhm.
you know gay girls and like connecting everyone. I don't know. I think you guys are doing something really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. We just always said, like, growing up, we wanted.
We didn't have.
I didn't have any like femmes to look up to. Like literally, like we always say, like Ellen was like the only like
Yeah,
gay
it's like-
person.
literally.
That's why my
And
mom
it
got so scared when I told her I was.
Same.
She was like, she's cutting her hair.
Yes, my dad was like, "Do not cut your hair." It's like,
Like,
just kidding.
do you guys feel like you have good trust within each other in your relationship?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Does anyone get jealous?
Like of course we get jealous and stuff, but like nothing major.
It's more like play jealous.
Yeah.
And that's like really fun,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It is.
Kind of be like, you know, here and there. But I think we trust each other so much from the beginning. I was like, listen, if you ever do something, like, that's on you, and that's the end of that. I'm gonna trust you.
Yeah.
Like,
It's also about like being confident in yourself too, you know?
yeah,
And like, you know, yeah.
being secure.
Yeah, being secure. That's the word. Thank you.
Gotcha.
In sync, you two. So what's next steps? Are you guys gonna move in together? Or are we already there?
I think that you shouldn't move in. We kind of both came to this agreement.
Mhm.
Even like when we first started dating, I don't think that like people should move in with each other, gay or not, straight. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole like U-Haul thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's so insane.
I think
Like, so
personally, I know I get it because like
I
as
get it.
a woman specifically, like you're like talking to other women and you feel so connected and like it
Yeah.
feels like your souls are merging into one and your atoms are crossing over. But
You're like, yeah.
Like me right now, like what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
But I just think that like unless you've had genuinely like the worst arguments ever, like top 3, you should move in.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, I think you should wait like 2.5 years because like realistically, you don't really get to know the deep depths of a person for like 3 years. And then let's say you move in with somebody, you think that you know everything about them. All of a sudden there's a trigger that you've never experienced before and they go ham on you.
Yep.
You're not safe.
Yep.
You don't have anywhere to go. All your stuff is there. Like it doesn't matter
I
how
think
much
it would add like so much more pressure to the relationship.
Yeah.
That's just like unnecessary.
Exactly.
Like we've been together for a year, and I definitely see that happening like year 3, 2.5.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but like until then, like I think
Yeah.
everything's good.
And even then, for some reason, like even like in marriage and things like that, I want like a separate bedroom, not to sleep in, but just to have.
She's like,
She wants to have
I
separate
say
bedrooms.
that too.
I feel like we always say in a lesbian relationship, your lives intertwine so easily, especially being 2 girls. I really
And, like,
wish
two femme.
and 2 femmes. Like I really wish I had more of a separate life. I think that's what really like was not.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah, it would be
downfalls,
really
but that was one
hard
like
to like bounce back from
between like work, friends, living. Like we were together 24/7, or all our lives intertwined. Like I just wish there was
Same.
more of a separation. I think that is super
I think that's
important.
the hardest.
that.
Yeah, and it's so hard because like you are obsessed with this person. You
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
around them, especially with girls. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
oh my
it's
god,
like-
I just want to
yeah.
be on you. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
No,
But-
that's I think the hardest thing for lesbians is to like still maintain your independence.
Yeah.
And, like,
The
Yeah.
hardest
That's, like,
for sure.
at least for me too.
And, like,
I'm
we
the
struggle
lover.
with that.
Like, yeah.
Or I want her to come anywhere. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go out with my friends. Like, you want
Yeah.
to come? And then like she just it gets invited all the time. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we struggle with that as well. And recently, we've kind of like had this underlying like thing of like we should definitely hang out with our friends alone. Like
yeah, that's
one at least
But then
one
it's
day in a
hard
week.
when like the
You
time
miss them.
comes. I'm like, come, like
I
I'm gonna
know.
miss you.
it's so hard.
Yeah, but it's so good when you do because it's like it's good to just like have the orbs
Yeah.
separate a little.
Or even if
Yeah.
you like set a day like once a week or whatever you guys do.
Mhm.
So it's like there's like no way around it. It's like
Yeah.
okay, this is the day.
And
where
like we both have to plan.
Yeah,
something, you know, 'cause If someone
exactly.
stays home like alone and bored, then I'm like,
I know, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I did that, did that stuff. Actually, no, I don't want to be with
'cause
my
I
ex,
like,
but
can't
like
imagine like breaking up and then like boom, like one day to the next, like what do you even do? You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
you
wild.
build. Yeah, it's
Let's
pretty
just
fucking
say-
insane.
It is wild. It is the next day, like I think the first time I moved into my like apartment by myself and like I slept alone,
Oh
like
my
I woke
God.
up and I was like,
Oh,
this
it's
is so
Pressing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But then you like go to therapy, you learn all this shit, and you're like, wow, it's the best.
You
decision.
fall in love with yourself.
It's probably like changed. Like you grew so much from it.
Yeah, 100. And you like have to rewire your brain, but like literally, I always say like,
Yeah.
if anyone breaks up with someone, like take the time. Like I took almost a year to like actually before I actually started dating, like, and it was so worth it. Like I feel so much healthier, more independent.
You
More
know what else
confident.
I've like also noticed like after getting out of because I was in a 1.5 year long relationship before this one, and like when you're in a relationship, you have a really hard time understanding what actually went wrong when you're in it. And then like it takes like at least like 5 to 6 months where you're like, okay, this dynamic just wasn't working. These were all these problems. Like I would have never known while I was in the relationship, but it's kind of like a haze.
Hindsight's always 2020. That's
Yeah,
what they say. Like
exactly.
falling in love is so scary because you
Yeah.
do get rose-colored lenses, and you're just so in it. And like biologically too, like that's how we're wired to
Yeah.
be. So it like you have to unlearn all of that. It's it's insane. There's so much science behind it.
Crazy. So,
Um,
should we get to the juicy?
yes.
Okay. We
The
always have
fun
to ask.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're shaking over there.
I'm cool. Throw them in.
Okay, Misa, I didn't care the first time I had sex with a girl. I was like cool, confident. Do you guys have a favorite like position, sex toy? Like
Okay, well, first of all, I don't think sex toys are for us because realistically, like pull up your hands.
It's like the third person.
she doesn't.
We have the same. I have a little.
I've
bigger-
never
Put
met
it to the
anyone
camera.
in my entire life with bigger hands than me other than this girl, and like genuinely, they're like NBA player hands.
That's so funny.
No, they're pretty
Honestly,
hands though. They're like not ugly.
Thank you.
The girl
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
seeing now.
I think you have longer fingers. Wait, I feel like I have long fingers, but I think
Wait, you have really big hands as well. I know, isn't that crazy? Never in my life.
And everyone says I have alien hands, but yours don't look as alien-y.
That's so funny. The girl that I'm seeing will like send photos and her fingers will be in it. And like we joke that like that's her sending dick pics.
At the end of the day, like
know,
low key.
It is. Wait, that's so funny.
But like realistically, like a dildo and stuff like that, I just not only is it like it doesn't feel like I'm connected to her,
Yeah.
but it also like what is the point if we have what we need?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's just not for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we need
I
that.
understand that.
We've met
perspective.
a lot of people
Mhm.
recently that are like that, which, I mean, me and Faith are big sex toy fans. We always say it.
Mhm.
But we have met a lot of people recently that are like not into it. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
I honestly like. I'm surprised you guys are into it because of how much we hate them. Like I don't know, dude. Sorry.
Like when you're single though, it's like the world of difference. Like I would use sex toys.
No.
Yeah.
We're talking about in a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like I think I just liked like one of my favorite things were like picking out, like trying new things. Like I think it's like
fun.
so fun.
My
Like,
first 3 months, I was like, oh my god, I'm in my first girl relationship. Like we're going to a sex store. Like I've been wanting to do this for
So
so long.
envy.
We bought a bunch, and then I was like, we tried them, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
no.
It's not like an every time
Mhm.
thing.
and it is like trial and error. Like I've tried
Yeah.
a bunch and I was like, ew, this feels like a little rock up
Yeah.
me. Like, get this the fuck out.
Yeah.
No.
But then like some stuff I'm like, oh, this is actually good. Like I think it's all about just like trying and like being open to it. Like that's my only thing. Like I think people don't always
I would try anything like once or twice.
Oh, for sure. I'm always like a believer in like try it. If you don't like it, that's fine. And like I always try everything like within like a span of 6 months, like whether that be food or like sex toys. Like I will try. Like,
So specific.
like you know.
she is
funny.
almost-
I know.
I love it. Have you guys like tried anything like that you guys like besides sex toys where you're like, oh, I'll never try this again? Or that you weren't that into that like other people are into?
Honestly, not really.
Besides sex toys, like no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But also like if we like even sex positions, they're just like I don't even know how to like describe
'Cause we
them.
don't have like names for them.
Yeah,
do we?
because
Like,
straight people have like sex position. They're like
Yeah.
missionary, reverse cow, but it's like
Yeah.
it's totally different.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard.
there's like names.
Yeah,
It's like the same
I just
thing,
call it
right?
the same thing.
I would
but
just call it the same thing,
There's
yeah.
no
Yeah.
dick involved.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it makes it like
You just like
completely different.
It's like
I
a
just
little
thought the
different, but like I guess like reverse no.
yeah,
I forgot what reverse cowgirl is.
It's
but not
like
remember.
like you're laying down and the
Yeah.
person is like
Yeah, no, not that
yeah.
one. Yeah. I'm thinking
Mm,
missionary, but sideways missionary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, great
kind
one.
of.
mhm.
Yeah, that's like a favorite.
Honestly, anything where I'm like as close as possible to her, I'm like
Yeah.
that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, you just love me. Huh?
Mm.
oh, in the Leslie way.
Very cutesy.
Are you guys like always touching each other?
Like
Yeah.
not in public though.
Oh.
Really?
I do, and then
Yeah.
she doesn't.
I'm just like genuinely brainwashed from living in the
Yeah.
South that like there's always a scary Republican man behind my like back.
Yeah.
Like it's just ingrained in me. It's gonna take years to get out of that.
I'm just like we
mindset.
live in New York. Like
Yeah.
anything
I was like that for a while, but now
Everyone's gay here.
yeah, and
Yeah,
There's no
everyone's
such
gay.
thing as straight.
Yeah.
It's like a subconscious like fear, I think,
Yeah.
that is just instilled in me, and it's gonna take some time to like reverse that.
yeah.
But like, I mean, there was literally no gay people in my town. I think you talked about that too. Like,
Yeah.
you're, like one of the only gay people.
Yeah, and I wasn't even really like out.
Wait, where are
Yeah.
you guys from, by the way?
I'm from New
York.
Jersey, but like
Mhm.
more north.
I grew up in Long Island, so it's like very conservative. I went to like a college prep school and
Mhm.
came out, and I was the only gay person, but I didn't really care. I was like, I'm literally
You've
cooler
always
than
had
all
that.
of you.
You've always had that.
I probably have like a
confidence,
really
though.
bad like God complex. I'm like, I don't care.
No, but you always have like you have that confidence. Like,
Yeah.
You always have.
Do you guys have any like icks or red flags that you think about? It could be about men too. Like a lot of our icks that we talk about on here, like unfortunately, men.
Hands, like of course, like that's
Like
simple, easy.
scary hands.
Yeah, like scary hands, like
Or like bad nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Gross.
god.
Like, oh my god.
I don't like when like okay, fake nails are different from like real long nails. Cuz fake nails hurt less than like real long nails.
Okay, I get
You know
what you're
what I
saying
mean?
because they're like thinner and sharp.
I've
Yes,
never
they're just,
experienced like
ugh,
fake
oh my God, they're
nails,
so
like you know.
I've never
Uh-huh.
fucked someone with my press on nails. I always pop them off.
I think she means like
It's like
like
that, but it's
acrylic,
like
like if you like that. It's like
yeah.
it's like kind of like like
Softer.
thicker and softer.
Yeah, yeah.
I fucked with those before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So everyone knows.
okay.
You guys, I have fucked with nails on. Just want to make that one.
Wait, let me see. I
Not,
think I
not as bad. You know what I mean?
Oh my, well, I'd be like so scared. Like I know this just sounds so crazy, but to fuck with press-ons, like what if one got like
Oh my
popped
God.
off inside?
That'd
though?
be
Like,
crazy.
That's crazy, you guys. That's the whole point of have them press-ons. Like you have to pop them off before. I don't trust my nails for that.
I feel like it's hard to like take them off too. Like you'll be there for like a good 5 minutes just like ripping.
Oh no, I have them.
Oh,
But
you
use
have
the
it
other nail to
unlocked?
pop them off. You're like good. you
Okay,
guys.
cool.
Don't worry.
Wait, can we also talk about like dating horror stories?
Oh
Because
yeah, do we have one?
so many.
I don't have any. Like I
Oh
genuinely.
wait, let me hear one.
Okay, so one of them, so when I first moved here, I was like meeting up with this girl who I was like friends with, like who said that she wanted to be friends. And I was like, okay, great vibes. I could obviously tell she was like a masked lesbian, but like on her like profile, it was like, oh, she had a girlfriend. And like it was like a friend, like, because like when I came here, I literally was like making friends like by like through online and stuff like that because
Yeah.
it was so difficult. Like I wasn't going to school, like I didn't have anywhere to connect.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I meet up with this girl, and then she's like, do you want to go to a concert actually? And I was like, yeah, sure. It was like a small concert. So we go there. I like hear something, and I like turn around, and this girl is literally bumping white substances up her nose in a Tate McRae concert at 6 p.m.
It's
I'm
the
like-
Tate McRae concert. I'm like,
and I'm like,
you don't
I
need it for
just
that.
It's also
met
like a
you.
first date.
I
so-
just met
King
you.
is
That wasn't even the worst
crazy.
part. It gets worse. So then I get enough drinks in me, and she like invites me over, full on dildo stuck to the ground in her apartment, and like scary stuff.
I would
No
die.
wonder you're fucking afraid of sex toys.
Yeah.
Holy
I would
shit.
die. I think so.
That's
crazy
so
when
weird and
people, like,
cringe.
keep them
You
out.
have to show me this person after.
Okay,
I, like,
it's
have to.
so funny. I can't. It gets worse. So then, I end up like staying there for a bit, and like apparently her and her ex were like arguing and fighting, and her ex is like scary and like has long nails and is like black hair and is like coming over and is like, where is this girl? And I'm like, oh my god, I don't even like her. Like I don't even know why I'm here right now.
Oh my god.
And then the girl was like, you have to leave, you have to go, she's coming. My phone was on 1%. I was in Brooklyn.
and you
She's also like new to the
I was like,
city.
yeah, no, I
of
get
course,
it.
of course.
Literally
Oh my
had
God.
never like, it was my first month being there. I literally had a panic attack on the side of the street, and I was like, I am never dating a girl ever again.
Yeah, real.
And you're like next day, you're like, oh, where are the girls?
Literally, that was crazy.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. I loved having you guys on and hearing your story. You guys are the cutest couple. And
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank
So
you for
welcome.
having
It was
us.
honestly very therapeutic.
Yeah, I know, right?
I thought that was gonna be like more nerve wracking, but that was good.
really
It was easy.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
It's just chatting.
Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.